9 unattractive habits you develop as you age without noticing. Aging is a natural part of life. But what if you are unknowingly picking up habits that make you look, feel, or even act older than you really are? It happens to almost everyone. As we age, certain behaviors creep into our daily routines so gradually that we don't even realize it. The scary part is that most people never notice these changes until it's too late. These habits not only affect how others perceive us, but also impact our mental and physical well-being. The truth is that many older adults are completely unaware of the subtle ways they are sabotaging themselves. And if you're thinking this doesn't apply to you, that's exactly why you should pay attention. Most older people believe aging itself is responsible for their declining appearance, lower energy, and reduced confidence. But in reality, it's not always age that's the problem. It's these unnoticed habits that quietly build up over time. Studies have shown that behavioral patterns formed after the age of 35 tend to become deeply rooted, making them harder to recognize and change. Research from psychology journals reveals that self-awareness drops as people age, leading them to misjudge their own habits and routines. These findings prove that the issue isn't just about growing older, it's about the small things we let slide every day. The problem is that you can't fix something you don't know exists, and since no one talks about these unattractive habits, they remain hidden in plain sight. Friends and family may notice but rarely say anything. People are often too polite to point out behaviors that could be seen as rude, careless, or embarrassing. This silence leaves you stuck in a cycle of unawareness. But the good news is that once you recognize these habits, you can break free. Imagine walking into a room full of people. You're feeling confident, but something feels off. You sense people looking at you differently. Is it your appearance? The way you're walking? The tone of your voice? The unsettling reality is that you could be sending signals you don't even know about. Signals that make you seem older, less capable, or less approachable. And no one will ever tell you directly, they'll just quietly judge. This isn't just about vanity or looking youthful. It's about maintaining dignity, respect, and self-assurance. Studies have shown that appearance and behavior directly impact how people are treated in social settings and even in professional environments. Older adults who appear disengaged, sloppy, or out of touch often experience more isolation and fewer opportunities for social interaction. This can lead to feelings of loneliness and self-doubt, which are linked to higher rates of depression. But it's not just about social perception. These unattractive habits also take a toll on your health and happiness. Small behaviors like poor posture or neglecting personal hygiene can affect your physical well-being. For instance, bad posture doesn't just make you look older, it causes back pain, reduces lung capacity, and limits mobility. And while you might notice the immediate effects, they add up over time. This cycle of unnoticed habits creates a feedback loop. You feel bad, so you do less. Doing less makes you feel worse, and so it continues. Another overlooked consequence is how these habits affect your relationships. People may avoid confronting you about them, but that doesn't mean they don't notice. Friends, family, and even romantic partners might begin to pull away. Psychologists refer to this as social withdrawal behavior, where people distance themselves from those whose habits they find unappealing. These small shifts in relationships might seem minor at first, but over time, they can leave you feeling isolated. If you think this only applies to other people, think again. A study conducted by Duke University found that 80% of adults over the age of 40 believed they were fully self-aware. But in reality, only 10 to 15% actually were. The human brain is designed to ignore certain flaws in ourselves while noticing them in others. This is why it's so difficult to see these habits in our own lives. But the harsh reality is that other people see them clearly. The solution is simple but powerful. Identify the 9 unattractive habits that develop as you age without noticing, and take steps to break them. Awareness is the first step to change. Once you see these habits for what they are, you can reclaim control over your appearance, health, and relationships. 1. Neglecting personal hygiene. It happens slowly. You get comfortable and daily grooming feels less urgent. But skipping basic hygiene like daily showers, fresh clothes, or well-groomed hair sends a message to others that you've stopped caring. Studies on personal presentation found that well-groomed people are seen as more trustworthy, competent, and likable. Neglecting hygiene can also affect self-esteem, as personal care is directly linked to feelings of self-worth. 2. Slouching or poor posture. Posture says a lot about you without a single word. Over time, gravity and a sedentary lifestyle lead to slouching. You might not feel it at first, but others see it immediately. Research shows that upright posture is linked to confidence and assertiveness, while slouching signals low energy and defeat. Poor posture also contributes to back pain, neck tension, and reduced mobility. Correcting your posture can make you appear taller, more alert, and more youthful. 3. Oversharing personal problems. Everyone needs to vent, but constantly sharing personal struggles can wear down relationships. People may begin to see you as negative or self-absorbed. Psychological studies have shown that people who frequently complain are perceived as less likable, regardless of the validity of their complaints. Instead, focus on balancing your conversations with positive updates, gratitude, or humor. 4. Speaking in a negative or critical tone. With age, people sometimes lose patience or become more opinionated, but when negativity becomes a habit, it pushes people away. Negative speech patterns are contagious and affect the mood of those around you. Research from social psychology highlights that people are drawn to those with a positive tone, as it creates a sense of warmth and safety. If you catch yourself speaking negatively, pause and reframe your words. 5. Ignoring modern trends or refusing to adapt. Technology and trends move fast, and it's easy to get left behind. But refusing to adapt can make you seem out of touch. People tend to view those who resist change as stubborn or irrelevant. You don't have to follow every trend, but staying informed and open-minded keeps you relevant and respected. 6. Poor listening skills. With age, some people become more focused on sharing their opinions rather than listening. This habit damages relationships because people feel unheard. Active listening creates deeper connections and builds trust. If you catch yourself interrupting or waiting to speak, shift your focus to listening and reflecting on what others are saying. 7. Dressing in outdated or ill-fitting clothes. Clothing choices reflect how much you care about your appearance. Wearing old, baggy, or outdated clothes makes you look older than you are. Studies in fashion psychology reveal that people judge competence and attractiveness within seconds of seeing someone's outfit. Opt for clothes that fit well and feel fresh, not necessarily trendy, but appropriate for the present time. 8. Losing curiosity and resisting new ideas. As people age, it's common to become more set in routines and familiar ways of thinking. While routines provide comfort and predictability, they can also limit growth and creativity. Losing curiosity is one of the most unnoticed yet harmful habits that come with age. It's easy to assume that learning new things is only for the young, but this belief is not only false, it's also damaging. A curious mind remains youthful, adaptable, and open to possibilities. Studies show that people who actively seek out new experiences and knowledge maintain better cognitive health as they age. Curiosity stimulates the brain, encouraging the creation of new neural pathways that keep the mind sharp and flexible. When people stop being curious, they often resist new ideas, new technology, and even new social experiences. This resistance can make them feel disconnected from the world around them. Family members and younger generations may struggle to connect with someone who is unwilling to learn or adapt. In contrast, older adults who embrace curiosity are often seen as open-minded, engaging, and full of life. This mindset keeps relationships strong, as people are naturally drawn to those who show interest in fresh ideas and conversations. If you feel resistant to learning something new, it's important to recognize that feeling as a signal for growth. Challenge yourself to explore unfamiliar topics, try new hobbies, or learn a modern skill like using a new app or device. Small steps matter. Research shows that people who engage in lifelong learning are more likely to feel a sense of purpose, satisfaction, and happiness in later years. Curiosity prevents mental stagnation and keeps you in tune with the changing world. It's a simple habit with a big impact on your quality of life. It's natural to reflect on past achievements. After all, they're a reminder of the hard work, dedication, and perseverance it took to reach those milestones. But when your conversations and thoughts revolve solely around what you used to do, it can create the impression that you're stuck in the past. While there's nothing wrong with being proud of your past, living in it can prevent you from moving forward. People around you might start to see you as someone who has peaked or lost their drive for growth. More importantly, constantly focusing on past achievements can limit your sense of purpose and motivation for the future. Research suggests that people who set and pursue future goals experience higher levels of life satisfaction than those who dwell on past accomplishments. The reason is simple. Looking forward gives you something to strive for, no matter how big or small the goal may be. It keeps your mind engaged and your heart hopeful. Goals provide structure and a sense of progress, which is essential for mental well-being. On the other hand, when people stop setting goals, they risk falling into a mental state of complacency. Days start to blend together and life can begin to feel repetitive. The good news is that future goals don't have to be grand or overwhelming. Simple, achievable goals can have a profound impact. It could be as small as committing to walk a mile every day, learning a new recipe each week, or picking up a creative hobby like painting or gardening. The key is to stay engaged with the future, no matter how old you are. Each goal you achieve reinforces a sense of progress, which boosts confidence and self-worth. People who remain future-focused are often seen as vibrant, energetic, and full of life. Instead of telling stories about what you used to do, challenge yourself to create new stories that inspire you and those around you. The best part is that every one of these habits can be changed. You don't need expensive products, major life changes, or someone else's permission. You simply need to recognize them and make small adjustments. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware, You have the power to control how others see you and, more importantly, how you see yourself. It's never too late to break these unattractive habits, and the sooner you take action, the faster you'll feel more confident, respected, and connected. The people who change their lives are the ones who stop blaming aging and start recognizing the small, unnoticed habits that hold them back. You can be one of those people. You can stand taller, smile wider, and engage more deeply with the world around you. And when you do, they will notice. Not because you're older, but because you're living with purpose, presence, and pride.